Okay, hi, I'm Trevor and this is my technology. Now this channel is new to me and obviously to you, and it's going to be talking about all kinds of different technology, but I do have certain things that I love and this is what I'm talking about, and I'm hoping I'm going to share that passion with you. And that includes synthesizers, which is what I've got here, and it includes cameras, it includes drones, it includes radio equipment possibly, all sorts of interesting technology which takes place in this room. This small room here is going to be my world to you. And everything that I'm going to talk about basically is going to start and probably end in here. But obviously when we get to talk about drone tech and things like that, I've got some other drone videos. So there's a very generic feel about this. But if you love technology, if you love audio visual things, then I think you're going to enjoy watching some of the things I've got for you. Now I've got two things. There's two things I want to talk about, and two things you're going to see me doing. And one of them is when you are actually putting a synth area together. If you want to put a synth shack together, let's call it a shack for now, then the planning of it, just the space, is what is one of the most important things. Now, the trouble is, of course, that your space is planned around what you have and what you're planning to get. Now, I had organised my space into quite a small room in the house recently, and then I went and bought another synth, and then another synth, and sooner or later, as sooner as it turned out, I had to find my way into the studio here. So I've expanded into this space and taken about half of what was my photography studio and turned it into a music space. So here we are. I'm still going to have photography, and that's going to be something we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the photography space and some of the technology that's going on over there as well. But so that's our starting point. But today, let's get on to the main subject of this. Synthesizer lovers, I want to show you the latest piece of kit that I have bought. I'm really excited about this, and I'm going to turn the camera back around now, back onto this box, and get it in to lower you down as well, so you can see a bit more of the detail. So what I have here is the Behringer System 55 modular synth. I've been buying small synths, fully integrated synths like the Arturia Mini Freak, like the Novation Mini Nova. Great little synth. That was really the start of all this. And I've bought a couple of Korg modules, the ModWave module and the new Multi-Poly module, which are excellent pieces of kit that I still haven't had full time to sort out. And there are other devices that we'll talk about along the way. But getting that actually, the trouble with all these things is that they all need space. They all are vying for your attention. They all have control surfaces, and just about all of them have to be at eye level. Unless you're going to do everything remotely on the PC, in which case you might as well just have a computer. Yeah, have everything software. Personally, I like to be able to twiddle with boxes of knobs. That, as my wife calls them, boxes of knobs. So I've got a box of knobs here. This is the most monster box of knobs that I've bought to date, to do with the new synthesizer hobby. And I say new, I've been interested in this for I'm now in my late 50s. I've been interested in this kind of thing for basically all of that time, as long as I've been able to appreciate music. So I used to have a Korg MS-10 back in the day. I've had a Yamaha DX7. I had a Korg Poly 800, and various other little Casio keyboards and things along the way. And I've always tried to have some kind of recording studio with that. And this is just really the extension of that aspiration going back many years. But now with the studio space and the investment in some of this stuff, I'm really going for it. So let's get it open. Let's get it open. This is the first time it was delivered this morning, and I've been working, so I haven't had time to get this together. To get my act together and to get this opened up. You can see from the box the kind of thing we're looking at. It's a modular synth that contains 38 modules and a MIDI to CV converter, so it is MIDI compatible, and it's in a couple of Eurorack cases. There's even a spare compartment in one of the Euroracks, and that's going to be for those additional modules that I'm probably going to get at some point over the coming times, and when I do, you'll be one of the first to know about it. So I've already removed the outer packaging. This came from Anderton's music store at down in the south, down in Surrey. That we've had got a couple of things from there. I've got quite a few items from there, one or two from Reverb and other things I've just collected along the way from different places. Next day delivery service, fantastic. Order before 4 o'clock, it'll be there the next day. I've really got to say, Anderton's guys, I'm really impressed. Thank you for being so on the ball. And so this turned up today. I've already taken 2 boxes off, like I say. The Anderton's box has already gone, the outer packaging, and there was a package of cardboard box packaging around this as well, which was the Behringer one. But now here we go. I'm going to open up the top flap of this, and okay, what have we got? So I'm just going to move you over there. Let's have a look. So inside we've got that polystyrene. I'm a bit disappointed that it's all sort of plastic polystyrene. I'd like a bit more environmental consideration, frankly, but there it is. So there's 2 Eurorack cases. The modules are already installed. I don't have to go in there and reinstall them. And there's a couple of, let's put you down. So there are already a couple of modules here. Let me move you around a bit. Apologies for all the moving and things. There you go, that's better. Right, so let's have a look. So I've got in here this, I imagine, is the power supply. Sure enough, we've got a power supply in there. More of that later. Exciting. There's one of those, and I think that's another one there. I suppose I can get this out of here. And sure enough, there's my second Eurorack power supply. So bear in mind, we've got 12 volt supplies. We've got 2 Euroracks, so each one of those is going to require its own supply, and they are intercompatible with other Eurorack modules. So yeah, that's another day's story for now. There we go. But we've got the Eurorack Go bracket. So these are the 2 red brackets that are going to go either side. Let's put that to one side for now. And now, okay, here comes the model load. So we've got quite a thick manual there. Looks like I've got quick start manuals for every individual module there, including quite one for the whole unit, and then things for the sequencer, etc. Let's put that to one side. I'm going to put the modules to one side. This is all cardboard. And let's have the other one out as well. So that looks like everything out of the box. That's everything out of the box. So bye bye cardboard box. And hello Eurorack modules. Oh my word. Oh. How are we doing? Yes. So let's take these out of here. Oh my word, so much polystyrene. You'd think in this day and age we could think of something better. But there we go. Doing the job it was designed for, which is protecting this. And okay, so that's got the polystyrene off. Let's just do that again over here. And we'll have the polystyrene off the other one. There we go. Okay. So that's got a basically got a tilt stand. That really needs to be set up, I think. Okay, so here we go. We've got our two banks and modules here. Let's get these open. Now, one thing that occurs to me straight away is this is a modular synth. It is festooned with jack sockets, 3.5mm at and mono, I will take it, jack sockets. Now I've ordered some off eBay because I suspected this would be the case, but what I've immediately noticed is none of those patch cables come supplied with this kit. So all of these modules here, fantastic, but not a single patch cable. Guys, what's the first thing you're going to need with this modular synth? Patch cables, hello. So, you know, even supplying like a few dozen or even half a dozen, get people going with it, you know, give them an idea, would be nice, wouldn't it? Still, if you're aware of that, you know. So my suspicion was that there'd been none supplied, so I've ordered a whole bunch off eBay. I do have some from my MS-20 synth. I'm going to be setting up the MS-20 alongside this, and it's going to be obviously with all its connections, its analog synthiness next to this is going to be just ideal, really. So back to the job here of trying to unbox the unit. Things are twice as hard when you're trying to do them in front of the camera, aren't they? So, okay. So, there's the, okay. So if it was standing up, I'd have that bracket out. So on there we've got the power input, and there's actually a power switch on there. In the intended configuration, this is the lower unit. As you can see, we've got some blanking plates on there, and we've got the facilities for extra modules to install, I could say. Let's get the other one off, eh? Come on. So the plastic bags are very, very well, extremely well sealed, so I was not concerned about that. The moisture going in there, I'll tell you, wow. And just look at that. We've got the two modules here that we've got some side screws. Now, okay, so The top module is the one that actually weighs a ton. Bottom module only being half populated, less so. And we've got still.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
And now my Amazon Echo decides to chip in as well. Right, so here's the bracket. Let's have a look. The bracket requires something to break the tape. There we go. And there are our two brackets. So that's looks very much like it goes like this, with the other one on top. Okay. And we've got a whole bunch of screws. Okay. So let's get the unit assembled. So what we have here, each of these has a rubber plate on the inside, and as you can see you've got screw holes that actually line up with the outside on here. So actually the bottom section pretty much stays on the base, and then the top section is going to align with that, and then we've got these feet that project backwards which are going to prevent that from tipping up. The weight of the top section would easily cause this to tip up if we didn't have something like that. Okay, so there we go. We're ready to go. The feet are on, the feet stand thingies are on. There we go. One that side, one this side. And yeah, here we go. It's all ready to go.